Hi, you guys. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Trying to make sure my playback is good. Let's see here. 1 second. Just trying to make sure everything's good. Hello, everyone. Always such a hardship for me to balance the chat and the live stream at the same time. I'm gonna. Hey, Jocelyn. So good to see you. I'm trying to balance like these two screens here, so don't mind if you see me looking over to the side. I'm just looking at my other screen to make sure everything is going well over here. Hi, Destiny. Okay, this is good. I'm so glad that you guys are coming in. I'll just give it a few minutes to get everyone who is going to join us in the room, so to speak. Starting off the month with a write-in. My original plan was to do these write-ins on the last Wednesday of each month, but March was quite difficult to say the least to squeeze it in. It was just a very crazy month, and it just unfortunately didn't end up happening. And I didn't want to wait, a whole nother month until the end of April to do this. So I thought it would be a great idea to start off April with a write in, especially because I know a lot of y'all, oh, I can't talk. A lot of y'all are doing Camp NaNoWriMo, the April session right now, so maybe this will be helpful or it'll be great to have some encouragement. I am not doing Camp NaNoWriMo this round this year, but I am kind of loosely using like the energy that's generated around this time, the motivation, all that good stuff to kind of get me back into my writing project. Sorry, I have all these notifications going off. Oh my goodness. How do I silence these? Let's see here. I'm sorry, you guys. Are we done? Oh my gosh. These are all these YouTube notifications from all the channels that I'm subscribed to. I'm not really sure why they're deciding to pop up right now, so I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay, I think we're done. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Jocelyn, you say, I'm doing it to meet a writing goal. Perfect. I'm glad. I'm so glad that you have a writing goal. I have an overall writing goal for the year, and I am about 3 months behind schedule, but 3 months behind schedule to my like perfectionist brain, but really I'm not behind schedule. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about in today's writing before we do start writing is that I want this time to be very judgment free. I think that you guys coming on here and all of us chatting and using this time to get words in and to write and discuss where we are with all of our prospective projects, I feel like we're creating a safe space, and I don't feel that anyone needs to feel the pressure to, during our writing sprints, for example, to write as many words as possible, or to feel bad if you don't write that many words, or nothing comes to you, or you spend your whole time like editing or rereading. I don't like this is a judgment free zone. Like we don't have any crazy expectations here. This is a safe space for us to really like get together, feed off of each other's creative energy, just kind of unwind, maybe vent, maybe get some advice, just all that stuff that we can all do as fellow writers to support one another. And then, whatever comes of the writing sprints is what comes. I'm not trying to place any type of expectations or burdens on y'all to like get all these words written during these write-ins. Like that's not why I'm doing this. I just really wanted us all to kind of connect and continue to build each other up, continue to encourage one another and feed off of one another's creative energy. And if we have any words of wisdom or advice that we can give each other, then all the better. Let's see. All right, so how's everyone's writing projects coming along? You already know that mine hasn't been the best. I have been working on some blog posts. I did have about 6 to 8 blog posts that I wrote last year that I never posted. So I think I'm going to start posting them this year. I've had a blog for, oh my gosh, it'll be 2 years this October, I want to say, September, October. and it's been mostly dormant. It's been laying dormant because I haven't really made it a priority. I've been focusing so much on my actual like novel writing and things like that, that my short stories and blogging definitely fell all the way to the back burner. And even though I have these like 6 to 8 pieces, I say 6 to 8 because 6 of them are the ones that are really edited, and the last two still need some major work. So I have these 6 to 8 pieces, um, potentially ready to post. And I was looking through all of my drafts today on Google Drive, and it just hit me that I need to prioritize my blog more. Not necessarily because it's hard to explain, but it's more of a therapeutic thing that I did more for myself. Back in 2012 and 2013, I blogged for kind of for a living, and I wrote a blog piece every day for a year. So that was 300, roughly 365 pieces. I did that for an entire year. That was the year that I was self-employed. That was an interesting experience. And that was when I really got into blogging. And it was crazy how productive I was that year, that I was able to churn out a decent, you know, blog piece of writing for my blog every single day. That blog is no longer active. I did take that blog down and kind of made it private, and I decided I wanted to move in a new direction. It was a Christian blog, which I was very proud of, and I'm still very proud of a lot of the pieces that I wrote. I just realized that I didn't want to make myself into a niche writer and make myself into a Christian blogger. I didn't want that. Um, I didn't want to be put in that box, because I want to be able to blog about not necessarily just faith centered things. I want to be able to write short stories. I want to be able to just do other things. So that's why I decided not to keep going. But it was quite successful for that year. And sometimes it feels like it was a waste of time because I put so much energy and effort into it. And now it's like, what do I have to show for it? But that was the year that really taught me about writing every day, about consistency, about being able to produce something of quality every single day, about editing on the fly, and kind of just letting the end results be what they may. And if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. And just letting it, releasing it out into the world, and knowing it wasn't for me, but it was for my audience. So I got all of that experience, and I learned all of that from that blogging experience. And I just think it's funny that now I've decided to move my blogging in a different direction, but I've completely just abandoned it altogether. So that's definitely something that I want to rectify. Let's see. Hi, Sarah. Okay, so you said you're plotting. You're plotting. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're doing that. Okay, so Jocelyn says her project's coming along slowly but surely. There's some parts that she's missing out on. Destiny just finished outlining a short story she's been thinking about, trying to write some poems for National Poetry Month. Excellent. I admire people who can write poetry so much. My poetry that I've attempted is so cheesy and cringy and just like, so people who can actually write great poetry, I admire you. Jocelyn says, blogging is no easy task. I wouldn't restrict my subjects, but I try to consistently blog about my interests. Yeah, no, blogging is very time consuming. And, I totally respect people who do that, somewhat for a living, or at least quite often recreationally, or as a hobby, or as a side hustle. Like, that is so admirable, because that's all I did for an entire year, and it was completely exhausting and consuming. And I didn't have anything else. Like, I didn't have any other job or anything like that. And I still felt like it was a full-time job. So let's see. Sorry, my phone is going off. Real life stuff. I'm going to answer it really quick because it's my best friend. Oh, she hung up. Hey, I'm doing a live right now. Okay, cool. Bye. Okay. I really don't like to ignore the people that I love when they call. I just always want to make sure that everyone is okay. That is just my own little thing. So excuse me for that. But if a family member calls, that's not in my vicinity, or that, most of my family members live in my city, but one of my brothers lives in Ohio. So if he called me, I would have answered. And this is my best friend who lives in New York. So I'm going to answer because I just want to make sure that everything's fine. I'm that person. I'm not paranoid, but we live in a crazy world. Hi, Charity. Good to see you. Alrighty. So I think that it's fair to say that we can go ahead and get started. It is 7:40. I think anyone who is going to make it in has made it. So, okay. So I'm going to be using this writing sprint time to kind of reread some of the blog pieces that I will be posting, and I might even post one. So we'll see. If I end up posting one, I'll let you guys know so you can go check it out. But I'm going to go ahead and reread some of these pieces, and just kind of look through them, see what I have. That's what I'll be reading using this sprint time for tonight. So I say we get started at 7:42. It is currently 7:41. Let's see here. Cerebral. I can never say your name, and I always have to like do a double take. But cerebral hedonist is in the house. Awesome. Okay, so it is almost 7:42. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Word document. So if you guys want to go ahead and kind of get your laptops or notebooks, however you write, and just kind of get ready, we're going to start at 7:42. And I want to do this for, I think 20 minutes is good, because that'll get us to about 8. Um, oh, it's 7:42. Okay, we're going to get started for the next 20 minutes. Whatever you're working on, this is the time. No pressure, as I mentioned earlier. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need to use this time for, don't feel the pressure to get words in. Just do what you got to do. And go. Okay, it looks like we have about roughly, give or take, 2 minutes left. This went by fast. One minute, roughly, give or take. Oh, 8:02, I don't want to stop. It went so fast, you guys. It went so fast. Okay. So, how did that go for y'all? How was that? Did anyone take the time to get some writing, actual writing in? Were y'all editing, outlining? Did it go for you guys? Thoughts? For me, I read a couple pieces. I'm reading one right now that I really do want to post within the next day or so. I just need to, of course, it was one of the two that are not completely edited, but I just need to kind of finish, tighten it up a little bit. It's already on the site as a draft, so I wouldn't even have to transpose it onto the site. So it would be very easy to make it go live once I am done with it. I forgot how much I loved this story. Oh, now I'm getting excited. I love short stories. One day I want to write like a short story collection. I fell in love with writing short stories in the seventh grade. I want to say it was the seventh grade when I had a, it wasn't called honors. I think it was called accelerated. It was called AG, accelerated. I can't remember what the G stood for, but it was called AG English. And our English teacher, I can't remember her name, she had us write in the composition notebook stories about our lives. And at that point in what, seventh grade, you're like, what, 12, 13 years old? And I just remember falling in love with the act of like writing all of these short stories about my life thus far. A lot of the stories brought back really good memories of the first 7 years of my life, which were spent back home in Nigeria, just growing up, me and my little brother, all of our adventures, all of the crazy things that we did. And I guess I hadn't thought about those things in a really long time. And so I wrote them all down in this composition notebook, and I think we turned it into her, and I really regret the fact that I don't have that anymore. But that's what made me fall in love with writing short stories, and I've been obsessed ever since. Let's see here. So Abigail says, writing my first novel, and I want to get it up to 6,000 words by the end of tonight. I believe in you, Abigail. You can totally do it. Let's see. Harley says, I got in about 760 words. Wow, girl, you are a writing machine. I'm writing for Nano, and it's a new project. New projects just have this feeling of like infinite possibility within them. I love working on new projects, and NaNoWriMo is so great for that. Sarah says, I got 227 words added to my plot. That's perfect, Sarah. I'm so happy. Jocelyn said, I took AP English. Yeah, I had AP English in high school. I took it in 10th and 11th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Or was it just 11th and 12th grade? No, I took honors English 10th grade and then AP English 11th and 12th. No, in middle school it was called AG. I don't remember it was like accelerated something. I don't know. But Charity says, I compiled a lot of passages that I have highlighted and read, and I'm going to delete 5,000 words later. I'm keeping them for the word count. Shameless. Do what you got to do, girl. I have been there. Let's see here. Okay, I really want to keep going. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. So I think that we should just keep going. Let's try to go until about 8:30. I think that'll be a great stopping point for tonight. Let's see. Felt the chat move up. Okay, yeah, let's just keep going till about 8:30. I don't know. I just feel very motivated right now, and I don't want to break the momentum. So let's just keep going. So wherever y'all are at, just keep going. Let's do this together. Let's go. guys, I'm like falling asleep. Oh. But I've gotten quite a bit done, so I'm really excited about that. 8:22, so 8 more minutes, guys. Let's see. Oops. Sure. I am getting tired. I'm just backing up my work. Oh my gosh, how is there only 4 minutes left? This is crazy, guys. Crazy. Hey, Miss Queenie, welcome. 2 more minutes, you guys. 2 more minutes. One minute, you guys. 1 minute. Hey, Sneak015. Thanks for joining. Oh, good to have you here. Are you working on anything specific? It is 8:30, so our writing sprint has ended and we have someone new joining us. We're always happy to have someone new. So we just basically sprinted from about 7:42 until 8, and then we sprinted from about 8:02 or 3 um, till about now. So we've gotten some good writing in, I think. I think this was really productive. I'm glad that you guys chose to join me tonight. How did you guys do that go round? This was exactly what I needed because I'm feeling so motivated and I cannot wait to post this. I think I'm going to use some time tomorrow at work to finish editing this. Sorry, I'm just so like, I wish I could keep going, but we can't have this going on for all night because I'm also about to fall asleep. Let's see. Miss Queenie says hello. Harley says I'm on Central Time and realized you meant 7:30 for me. Yeah, I'm on Eastern Time. Sorry, girl. Samantha. Hey, Samantha. Thanks for joining us from California. That's awesome. All right, Miss Abigail. Let's see. Okay, so how did that go for you guys? Did you get anything done? How you feeling about that last sprint? It's weird because I'm kind of in the zone right now in a weird way, so the live is almost becoming a distraction. I want to just keep going. But I also am glad that I did this because I know that once I end this live, I'm probably going to go like lay down and rest. Had a long day at work, so if I hadn't done this, I definitely wouldn't have gotten any writing in like I have tonight. So Harley, 550 words. Dang, you write so fast. Abigail, 800 words? That's crazy. That's insane. Although it was a good 30 minutes, so I guess if you just flat out write for 30 minutes, it's possible. Yes, Charity, I am working. I have quite a few blog posts drafts, and I was just talking about how I've been neglecting my personal blog for a while, and that's one of my writing goals of this year is to prioritize my blog a little bit more. So that's what I was looking over. I was using this time to kind of look over my different various short stories and see which one I want to post next. And so that's what I was doing. I was looking over this particular story and I was adding to it and tweaking it. So Jocelyn says I was able to get out ideas that I've been thinking about for a few days. I didn't do a word count, but it was helpful. I know word counts for me are actually not very helpful for me mentally. Like it's always great for me to kind of keep track with the word count in general, but when I'm actually actively trying to work on a project, word counts always kind of throw me off and can actually get me in a weird place where I feel stifled. So I try to not focus so much on word count, and most of the time I'll focus on pages. Like, oh, I wrote a page today, or I wrote 5 pages today. I don't know. I'm weird. Harley says, I think you can write really fast when you have like the visual in your head as you go, the visual in your head as you go versus trying to come up with it. My stuff has been flowing really good. Absolutely. It's almost as if the story is being downloaded through your subconscious and it's just flowing through your fingers and it's being dictated to you as opposed to you having to actively create the story. I agree. I don't know why I'm talking with my hands so much tonight. I think I'm just trying to keep myself awake. All right, so that was so productive. I think I'm going to try to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you for those of you who joined me. Sorry if you just joined, a little bit ago or you joined late. This will be on my channel, so if you want to use this as your own personal write-in later on, you're more than welcome to go back and watch the playback and kind of take that time and use it as a motivator for you to, do whatever you need to do for your own writing process and your own current writing project. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up for this evening. I don't mean to dash, but I know that we all have things to do, and I am exhausted, honey. So we're going to go. Thank you so much for all of you who joined me tonight. I will probably do this. I know I said once a month, but there's a possibility that I might do this at least once more this month, especially since it is Camp NaNoWriMo time. And I know a lot of you guys are really trying to, get through and push through on your own personal Camp Nano goals. So I will probably do this once more again this month at some point. I will definitely let you guys know. You can always hit the little bell on my channel. That way you'll always know when I'm posting a video. I'll always make an announcement on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram if you care to. I usually make an announcement on Instagram story. I usually make an announcement on using the community tab. And of course, I always schedule the lives ahead of time. So you'll get a notification if you hit the bell. If you haven't already, give this live a thumbs up. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Mwah! Love you guys. Hope you have a great night and hope that the rest of your writing for this week and this month goes well. Bye.